For this assignment, I have coded several vertex and fragment shaders that implement different lighting models in GLSL. The lighting models chosen are the following. For the basic model, I have implemented the Blinn-Phong lighting model. For the non-realistic model, I have opted for the Toon lighting model, with a slight modification that I will discuss later. Finally, for the realistic models, I have implemented the Oren-Nayar model and the Cook-Terrence model. The implemented demo shows these shaders on different 3D objects, chosen for displaying the effects in a clear way. The viewport of the demo shows 4 instances of the object to compare the different shaders at the same time. However, it also allows us to view them one by one. The 3D objects shown in this demo are a chair, chosen because its shapes allow us to see the reflections in a very clear way, a van, which allows us to see the effects of these shaders in a more detailed object, and the already known bunny and teapot objects. Let's start by commenting the Blinn-Phong model. In the demo, we can see the typical glow characteristic of this shader. If we move the parameters, we can see a quite clear difference in how the reflections change. For example, if we lower the ambient light and modify the other parameters, we get a noticeable, more dramatic lighting. This shader obtains beautiful results on these objects. However, it is noticeable that some objects get different results regarding reflectance and how the light reacts on them. That also has to do to the intrinsic shininess of each object. The Toon shader has a very simple idea behind it. It does not show realistic lightning, but a style closer to a cartoon. In this case, the most relevant parameter is a number of steps. Modifying this parameter causes some very interesting effects. When we set a very high value, the shader causes effects similar to a noisy diffuse shader. When we set very low values, it looks like a rotoscope drawing. This implementation also has an extra modification, which is that it colors black the fragments that have a normal that forms an angle close to 90 degrees regards the camera. This is done to try to cause a drawn line effect, although it sometimes causes unwanted effects. This modification is documented in several sources as an addition to Toon shader. However, it is not standard in the shader and it is not considered the best way to achieve these outline results. The Oren-Nayar shader is a realistic approach to diffuse shading. As we can see on the object, this shader causes it to have a more matte aspect. Contrarily to the Blinn-Phong, this shader does not give the object a shiny aspect, but a more smooth and plastic feel. The parameters have drastic effects on the result, so they have to be carefully adapted to get desired results. The Cook torrents is another realistic specular shading model that has been implemented for this assignment. This model models the behavior of light in a more accurate way compared to the real world. This model is very powerful and complex and can get very convincing results. However, parameters have to be carefully selected to avoid artifacts and other undesired effects.